Yo, what is up, YouTubers? Oh man, it's been a big morning. I started driving about midnight, and it's 6:42. Well, it says I've been driving for 5 hours and 32 minutes, and I see some good worship stuff, and man, I just watched this deal with the Chuck Pierce. Now, I guess he was visiting somewhere, but the message was pretty powerful. It was about, I don't know, 5 months ago, something like that. And a lot of what he said seems to be playing out. So that's pretty interesting. And the rest of what he had to say is a big deal. And then like the activations of the saints, activating the saints, and the season it was in and everything. And then he was at some kind of feast day. And then of course, we're right here right around Passover, give or take a week, I guess. Depends on how you look at it. And so it seemed to apply to this time, even though it was a few months ago, and then seemed even more relevant due to the content of what he said and where we're at in this moment in time. Like if you take a snapshot of Tuesday, April 15th, 2025, and considerations of what we've seen. Yeah, a lot going on. So, when he said there'd be a lot going on, and all these things about the high places and stuff like that, pretty interesting. With the activation of the saints and the pray, he said some kind of prayer deal online where you can go in and see how your specific state is praying for that state. So that seemed real good. And just a lot of he's real good. I don't want to take away from it. But I'm gonna put it in the comment section because I don't know how to do it any other way. I'll try to put it in the description, but it'll be a link, a YouTube link. Hopefully it'll turn blue where you guys can click on it. And it's real good. I got a call. I was sleeping, but it was about 7 o'clock yesterday. I got the call that one of the elders, he's in the ICU. One elder called and told me about another. And, a lot of good people said they prayed. It's in the presence of some that prayed. So that was real good. And probably 15 minutes went by. And then I got word that he was stable.
Virginia.
Apparently we're in Virginia now. Bristol, next 4 exits. All these cameras and everything watching me, they can't figure out their own mileage. Gotta write down the miles when you cross the state line. What's going on? It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. It's supposed to be like a year of grace. And grace is enough to get us through to fight our battles and stuff. And then I'm supposed to be doing some other stuff business-wise, and I've been putting it off and everything. And then I got a trial coming up. Not metaphorical. I mean like a real actual go-to court trial, and the lawyers can't get the evidence from the DA. They're not coughing it up, so they're trying to go around the other way. And then I was able to get contradictory evidence that literally proves that they allege was not what happened. So that's real good. That's always nice. A little vindication. And got off one, and then the other one called, and then I was like, called back to the first one and said, hey, here's the email to the second one. So, they sent emails to request evidence, and we'll see how that goes. And then they're going to send evidence to the prosecutor, because the prosecutor's saying they ain't got evidence from the cop via video, and then I got the video right there that shows I wasn't doing anything wrong, like literally was not doing anything wrong. And it actually cuts off when I park the vehicle, because the camera stops automatically when you park. So the evidence that they had was me being parked, not driving. So, and it totally proves it, you know what I mean? So it's just like a slam dunk deal. So I might get it thrown out of court before I even have to go. But with this thing coming up with the elders, I need to go and set some things in motion, which I should have already done, but it's hard to get cooperation. It's almost like there's been a shaking so that the cooperation will come through. Otherwise, it's a nightmare later. And then I got to set some things in motion at the house and be able to do that. So, those two situations will scratch each other's back and equal out to make ends meet. It's just like, a wing and a prayer, man. It's like, all growing up and stuff like that, being broke or something, they pass a hat at church or something, I can just pull every dollar out of my wallet and just give it to them. And it seemed like if you had about $500-600, it's kind of hard to let go. You know what I mean? Man, you start getting up here and dealing with some of this stuff where, when it comes time, the hat gets passed, and you got to drop a house, and $400,000. You got to drop that in the plate. You got to have some faith. You got to have some faith. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all leading up to. You know what I mean? It's the whole point of the whole situation is to build it up, to build up the church to be about the kingdom, and which is incredible. You know what I mean? And the whole thing about praying for the individual states. You'll see if that preacher man comes through. My life, I call it stumbling into righteousness because I do these things or whatever else like that because it's just the right thing to do. You know what I mean? And then it ends up working out, and it's real cool. Man, I want to show you guys this. Look at the sky. It's been like this for about 2 hours. It's real good. Very vivid, a very vivid sky, which is pretty cool.
There's a lane closure ahead.
Can't have too much of that. I pulled the okie doke on the boss, put a piece of tape on the thing, just to see what they'd say. She's like, is it possible there's maybe a piece of tape? So I know there's another camera in here looking from a different angle. And then they say that there ain't audio, but I think there's audio in here too. I don't know why you would have a camera pointing both ways and then that thing. I know they could do that. Pretty sure they can hack this phone too. So, but if they just have plausible deniability, then they as a company can't get in trouble for what I'm doing. Whether it's making a video or whatever else like that. So it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? And then like the other thing, like here a while back, there was some things that came through, and I was like, I ain't made a video about it. I was like, I feel like somebody's doing an operation or something like that. And apparently somebody was, but then like these other things keep hitting my phone that are unsolicited. but they're for my betterment, not for detriment. So that is incredibly awesome. You know, I mean, of course, if God can send you a vision, He can send you an email. So I mean, you know, that's is what it is. And then like the predictive programming of the YouTube, you know what I mean? If you're all about, you know, get her done, do right, and yeah, motivational stuff and do right and how to, you know, business, you know, insert problem, here's the answers, here's some potential solutions, in this case do this, in this case do that. And so far, I mean, I hate to even say this because the way I know how it sounds, but so far, like, I'm not hearing anything new. It's all been reminding me that, hey, you've already done this, Skip. You can do this. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it really feels like there's like a blockage, like something holding back. I wouldn't use the phrase analysis paralysis or whatever else like that. But I really don't think it's that. I think I'm actually waiting for my other half to be able to accept it. You know what I mean? And the enemy will work on me, the enemy will work on her, you know what I mean? That's just part of life, you know what I mean? And you know, like I'll be having a great day and then she'll be having trouble, or me and her are both doing good and the business will have trouble or whatever like that. And I noticed that, and then it's like I kind of said it out loud. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a good day. She's going to have a good day, and we're both going to have a good time at work today. And it started happening that way. You know what I mean? It's like I hate to sound hokey or anything else like that, but you know, you kind of invite these situations, and you know, you're speaking certain things into existence. It's real, okay? And then what you think about, you inadvertently go towards that. You know, you're like a moth through the light type of deal. So if I'm worried, you know, the thing that I fear has come upon me is a phrase. And I see a lot of people, you know, they're like, yep, I knew it. I figured that this, that, and the other, and boom, this, that, and the other, just like I figured. It's like, how are you talking? You know, that's a big deal. That's a real big deal. You know what I mean? So it's like, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. The thing that I fear has come upon me. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I got this reverent awe and a genuine fear, it is not difficult to be afraid of God. I'm telling you right now, it's not. You could go to the zoo and stand with a chain link fence in between you and a tiger and just listen to that thing breathing, just looking at you. And you'll have a certain amount of fear, you know what I mean? Like, you're safe and everything, but it's just like, you know, just on the strength of who he is. I've met people like that too. You know what I mean? You be in the presence of somebody that's got a reputation or stature or whatever. You know what I mean? And not the starstruck, oh, I can't believe it's really you, blah, blah. Not that. I guess kind of that. That'd be the reverence or whatever. But the, oh, wow. You know, like this is really real. This is really happening right now type of fear. So if I fear God and the thing that I fear has come upon me, you know what I mean? And I see that the guy was talking of a concept of Sabbath that I had not previously pondered. And it was the fact that he was resting the seventh day, and he's like, it is good. So he like looked at what he did. You know what I mean? So it's like he sat back and rested and looked at what he did. And man, this is so cool. He sat back and rested and was looking at what he did. You know what I mean? And the other part of it was he thought about what he was going to do for the next 7 days. So like, I know to do that, and I do that, but I didn't realize that was part of the Sabbath thing. So that was something that I learned today. Just kind of taking it all in, breathing in the goodness of the Sabbath. You know, the rest from the work. I thought assessment of the work was work as well. I didn't know that the pondering was okay. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I do all the time. I do that. I mean, I'm kind of doing that right now. Really. I mean, look at that. So, it's been a very interesting morning. I'm going to hop off of here with that. Keep it nice and short. I'll try to post that link. All right, Rock Hill. Go get 'em.